All right. We are live. We are live. Welcome inside the MMA War Room alongside Chris Schroyer. I'm Srikar and Sam is not here with us. I think he's traveling right now, so fortunately can't have him in the War Room with us. But man, what a night it was, because I got up yesterday at 10 a.m. I tried to get as much sleep as I could. I woke up at 10 a.m. and I was up until 6 a.m. in the morning because the UFC was in Shanghai. And what an event it was. Chris, what you think, man? It was a long night for both of us. It's probably even longer for you because you were on the East Coast, but your thoughts?
Yeah. Started watching at 3 a.m, ended at about 8:45. Don't want to put a single fight on blast, but I did fall asleep a little bit during the Ortega Aljo fight. Still was a solid fight, but it was kind of that was my little nap break. And then I slept for like an hour and a half, so I'm running on fumes, but that's how we do it. It's life. I thought it was a good card. The first, I would say, honestly, not even the first few fights. The prelims really kept me energized. Like I was really excited after some of those fights. A few big knockouts, massive knockouts. Like implications wise and just straight up, starching people. I thought it was a good card, like very solid. And the one thing I really enjoyed about it was the Chinese crowd was awesome. Like Shanghai was getting lit. I felt like I was in the crowd every single time like a Chinese fighter threw a punch or anyone that they were rooting for threw a punch. It was just thunderous in that arena. And honestly, I thought that could have swayed some of the judges' scorecards. However, it didn't, but it's okay. There weren't too many fights where, you look back on the scorecards and, take a second guess. But I was impressed. I thought it was a very solid card. And I'm glad I stayed up. There's not many fights where I could say I'm glad I did that, but it was definitely worth my while, in my honest opinion. What about you, Srikar? Was it worth your while staying up?
I guess, but like in hindsight, I kind of did wish I just got some sleep and then just woke up and rewatched the fights, because that's kind of what I ended up doing anyway. I was kind of floating in and out of consciousness during like the main card and like second half of the prelims. But I eventually did go back. I rewatched a lot of these fights, so I'm not coming in here with, a lower than baseline knowledge of what happened. I completely understand what went down. But I do think it was a good card. Obviously, at the top, Johnny Walker, like, dude, I don't know what I was watching. I think right after that, I was like, all right, I'm just going to bed. Johnny Walker.
That's what I did. I like, turn it off. I'm done.
He just pulled off the most Johnny Walker performance of all time. We called it a hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby type matchup.
He was the hydrogen bomb.
The hydrogen bomb. But we'll get into it in a little bit. We're doing a full card breakdown on here. If you guys enjoy this style, we're obviously live on YouTube for the first time to do one of these recaps. Usually be coming on Tuesday nights to break down fight announcements. But we're like, hey, we like this live stream and stuff. So we're going to break down this entire card top to bottom, starting in the prelims. Dr. Nurgozhai versus Uran Satibaldiev. Honestly, very, very low level light heavyweight fight coming in, but impressive work from Satibaldiev. He dominated. He took Nurgozhai down early. He finished with an Ezekiel choke in round one. And I mean, that's not something you really see often at 205.
Yeah.
Nurgozhai, he came in with hype from Kazakhstan, undefeated on the regional scene, but man, he just does not look UFC ready. He's now 0-2 in the promotion, and neither guy he lost to is exactly, top tier. Satibaldiev, he's not going to be the next big thing, but his grappling could make some noise. Like, this is a division that doesn't really have many strong grapplers. I think, he could be a guy that really starts to stand out.
Yeah, no, definitely. I was very, very, very disappointed in DR, to say the least. I was somewhat high on him coming in. If you guys want to watch the prediction videos to see all of our breakdowns of what we're recapping right now, you can go check that out on our YouTube channel. But yeah, I was actually a little bit more confident in DR because I would say yesterday morning, he was like plus 120 on a lot of sports books. And by nighttime, he was a dead even coin flip. So I was like, all right, there's some sharp money coming in on him. That made me a little more confident when you see people putting big money on him in terms of like Vegas numbers, if that's how you like to think.
Mhm.
Doesn't always work out, but it's also a good sign because sharp money is smart money, if you know what I mean. But yeah, he went in there and just yeah, Srikar, you said it. He did not look UFC ready at all. Like I thought his fight against Brenderson Ribeiro was a fluke. It was not a fluke. Like this guy is just not ready. He's actually making the Kazakhstanis look bad. They have a lot of good prospects, and yeah, he's not one of them. But he just keeps wipe. I want to know what the eye wipe is, man. I don't know what that is.
It's like a tick. It's a tick.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. It's like I was texting Chris last night. It's like Dustin pulling up the shorts, but like with way less aura.
Yeah, it's like
just rubbing his right eye every
just
single
blinding himself, bro. It's like, what are you doing? No one even hit you. But yeah, Satabaldiev, props to him. Came out, did exactly what he needed to do. The one thing I was weary of in this fight was Satabaldiev being the longer fighter, which definitely played to his advantage, closed the distance, and just unleashed a nasty right hand to drop Nurgajai, got on top of him, and secured, I think, the 4th Ezekiel choke in UFC history.
Fifth. I think 5th. First one since 293 where Alexander Volkov did it to Tuivasa.
And that was Volkov's first ever submission win, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I texted Srikar. I'm like, you got to be kidding me that, like, I was okay with losing, but I was like, bro, there's no way I just lost to an Ezekiel choke. Like, you got to be kidding me. But yeah, I mean, props to Uran. He looked solid. He definitely bounced back nicely from his fight against Martin Budai, who's no longer in the UFC. I still have my thoughts about that. That is,
yeah,
I hate that. That is ridiculous. But yeah, regardless, good win. Solid fight to start the night too. That really got the crowd going. Dropping someone in a submission, nothing better than a finish.
Yeah, that Shanghai crowd was rocking all night. We talk about Martin Budai, and that was a guy where I was like, okay, Uran did pretty, respectable against Martin Budai, who got cut at 7-1 in the UFC. So I was like, okay, that loss is aging kind of well. I can take him against a guy in DR who wouldn't show me as much. But we move up the card. Xiaolong versus Yusu Young. This one was a banger, but also a bit controversial. Yusu Young got the decision. I thought Xiaolong did enough. Chris, what were your thoughts? Because I know the judging was I was texting about Ben Cartledge being on the job for this one. And he's like, robbery's incoming. And, you feel like it was a robbery.
I'm like, yes and no. I mean, I to be honest, I do kind of feel like it's a robbery. I'm finding this text because it was so funny that Srikar goes, Ben Cartledge is judging, and I literally say, all right, that means we're in for a robbery. I can't find it right now. I'm not going to take it. We got
at least something controversial.
Yeah, it was definitely controversial. Personally, I thought Yu Sung Yu won the first round. Srikar thought that Zhao Long might have. Didn't you say 1-3?
Honestly, I think it was 2-3 now.
2-3, yeah.
I rewatched it this morning.
So in my opinion, I thought Yu Sung Yu did a great job in the first round. Closing the distance, grappling. You definitely looked a lot more technical. He settled in quicker than Zhao Long. Powerful strikes too. Don't get me wrong. He definitely looked like the better fighter. But I think Zhao Long started feeding off the crowd, and he started locking in. Also, just throwing powerfully and recklessly. He was almost like cautiously reckless. Like he was throwing caution to the wind, but not too much to the point of getting caught and really getting himself dropped, because Yu Sung Yu has power. Like, don't get me wrong. And then I think he did more than enough to win the third round. So it was interesting, but I had Zhao Long winning. I'm not overly upset at the decision. I can kind of see where the judges were coming from. However, I just scored it differently. It's not one of those ones where like Karine Silva versus Dione Barbosa. Yeah. I was pissed at that. I was heated.
But even that, I didn't really feel like it was a robbery. It needs to be like really egregious to be a robbery, in my opinion. That's how I stood on it. Shriek, what you think about Pavlovich? Stay tuned and you'll find out. I have a little bit to say about Sergey. But Xiaolong he had more damage in the second and third rounds. In the final stretch, I mean, he was landing elbows like Holloway versus Gaethje. He had Yusu Young bloodied and reeling.
Spamming it like the game, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. The crowd was electric, though. I mean, for just the second fight of the night, the Chinese fans were absolutely dialed in. Jabs, even the jabs were just getting standing ovations. And the spinning kicks, whether they landed or not, they got wild reactions. Still, definitely a questionable decision. I had a 29-28 Xiaolong. Yusu Young's walking forward, brawling style. It's fun, but I think if he runs into a sharp, knockout, more technical striker, I think he's in more trouble.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I do too. I'm actually looking up this this score on Verdict. I want to see what they had it.
Verdict probably had it 29-28 for Xiaolong.
Yeah, let's see.
Based off its community reaction for the most part.
Oh, actually, no, they didn't. Oh, wait, interesting. I don't like this. Sometimes I don't like Verdict. They're very, it's very, like ping pongy. I'm not too sure, but it has it dead even. Like the second round in Verdict's eyes was dead even. So yeah, it was interesting, but I really liked how Zhao Long came on at the end of the fight, like really picked it up and knew where he was in that moment. Didn't get the nod, and I even said in the prediction video, I said if it goes to decision and it's close, I think he's gonna get the nod just because of him being the hometown guy. Didn't go his way, regardless. Solid fight from both of them, and I'd like to see where they go next. Two very good Asian prospects.
Another good Asian prospect. Ija versus Weston Wilson.
Prospect's
no time wasted. Yeah, I'm running on no sleep again. No time wasted. Ija starched Weston Wilson in under 30 seconds. Just quick, brutal knockout. Just backed him up and closed the show. That's 3 straight finishes now where Wilson has been knocked out in the UFC. He's just not UFC caliber. And I think Ija showed a different side here too. He's typically known for the grappling, right? But this time he let his hands go. This is another exciting Chinese fighter who looks more well-rounded than expected now.
Yeah, definitely. I was very impressed. And I think that it was funny because I was sitting with my friends. Some of my friends stayed up late to watch it with me. And we were sitting there and he goes, "Oh, Weston Wilson, he trains with Wonder Boy. Like, he should have a good chance in this." And I go, "Yeah, but Wonder Boy's not in the cage. Weston Wilson's in the cage."
Yeah.
Ja came out, boom, haymaker, 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 dead. Yeah. I tweeted on the or we tweeted it. I would say because we're doing it all together on our Twitter or X, whatever you guys want to call it now. But I said China got one in Yi Jia. They really do. He's gonna go places. He looked very good, very sharp, dynamite in his hands. I was very impressed with him, and I think that he will have a bright future. And I'd like to see more of these cards where, I know the UFC likes to do it when they go to Perth and do Australian fighters, Brazil when they do Brazilian fighters, Paris, French fighters.
Yep.
I kind of like these themed cards
well, they've been doing this. They always
I know, but
always theme to wherever they're located.
Right. And then I feel like this one in general had a lot more prospects than some of these other cards. And that just might be because of, MMA rising in China, which
it was the same thing with the Macau card last year. Yan and Figueiredo, and they had Yan Xiaonan and Tabitha Ricci. They had a lot of Asian prospects there and a lot of Asian talent. They want to put it on display. What was your favorite fight of the card? Loner Kavanaugh and Charles Johnson. I'm gonna get to it in a little bit. Bummed to miss this episode, but to Johnny Walker, I sincerely apologize for disrespecting that.
Good job, Sam.
Zhang Mingyang is a fraud. We're gonna get to another fraud in a second here. Do you think Aljo chose to let Ortega go the distance? Going to get into it in a little bit.
Yep.
Maybe. He was playing it really nice. Screw your Hal for Sumidarji. We don't need to see that. When are we getting UFC North Korea? Good question. Moving on. Michel Pereira versus Kyle Dawkins. What an upset, man.
Oh, my God, bro.
Kyle Dawkins.
No way he won, bro.
Kyle Dawkins returns to the UFC on short notice and knocks out Michel Pereira. Both of us
I was in
did
shock.
not see this one coming, man.
I had to pick my jaw up off the floor. I actually couldn't believe it. And that's no disrespect to Kyle Dawkins. Kyle Dawkins, UFC vet. He's been in the game for a while. He knows what he's doing. And he's not a slouch, but I wouldn't consider him one of the best middleweights in the world. He can put some combos together, and we just saw it. And Michel Pereira coming out, walking out, I thought he was gonna smoke him. He looked massive, like he was he was way bigger than Dawkins. Like I feel like him as a middleweight, obviously weighing at 185 the morning before, but dude, he almost looked like he was 220. Like I've never seen that before. Like yeah, Srikar, what'd you say before? You said this downfall of Michel Pereira needs to be studied. Like what is happening to him?
He's done. He's literally done.
I just don't get it.
There's no coming back to this.
Right? How do you go from one punch knocking out people to backflipping on someone to doing capoeira in the ring to just like forgetting how to fight? I don't get it.
Michel Pereira used to have so much hype. Now he's losing to prelim fighters who 90% of the fans don't know about. I mean, the fans know about Kyle Dawkins, but like, I don't know, man. Blonde Dawkins looking like Brendan Allen. I hate Brendan Allen. Obviously, didn't like seeing that.
I think he did look familiar, bro. He looked like someone. I know.
But my thing is like, Dawkins is known for his grappling, and he goes out there and blasts Pereira with a knockout in round 1. I mean, it's definitely making a statement for Dawkins, but again, man, the fall off needs to be studied. This guy was on a run, and now he's lost 3 straight, including a boring fight to Abus, and now a knockout to Dawkins. I mean, that's brutal. Yeah. I mean, but as for Dawkins, I'm gonna put some respect. He might be back for real. Maybe not maybe not top 10 material just yet, but I think you put him in there with like a Marvin Vettori type and maybe like a Bruno Fajeda. Let's see what's up, man. I'd honestly just send him straight into like, all right, you win this, you're ranked. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that was a statement for sure.
Oh, that was, yeah, no, and we also tweeted out on our X account. Welcome back to the UFC, Kyle Dawkins. If you wanted to come back and make a statement, that was exactly what you needed to do. I was impressed. I couldn't believe it either. I was like, oh my God, bro, there's no way. I was counting you out. I'm sorry for that. I always feel like I have to apologize to the fighters that I count out because you guys deserve it. Like you earned my respect, and not saying you didn't have it before, but now I'm looking at you in a different light. And Michel Pereira, like you said, Srikar, before this 3-fight skid was on an 8-fight win streak, and he was doing crazy stuff. And he gets dog walked by Fluffy. He gets in a boring fight with Abus, and he gets knocked out by someone returning to the UFC from Cage Fury. Like it's just so interesting, man. It's like MMA is not a game of runs, but it feels like sometimes when you're going down and you're crashing and burning, like there's no stopping that sometimes. You just takes all your confidence. And that might be happening to Michel Pereira, bro. I don't know.
Michel was expected to beat Fluffy just 1 year ago.
Yeah, he was.
This is how fast the tides change in MMA. Like, this is the sport.
Crazy, man.
We were hyping up Michel as like a potential, future top 5 guy. I thought he was a beast. I had a lot of belief in him. I picked him to beat Fluffy. Nothing he's done since has proven me right. It's kind of crazy.
It is. It makes no sense, man. Sometimes, like, would you text me, Srikar? What is this sport? What is this sport?
Yeah, I text you that multiple times.
It just has you questioning life sometimes. Like, how?
Rongju versus Thud Hubbard. This was a bit of a low energy scrap here. Rongju edged it on the feet. He was faster. He's more technical. He defended most of Hubbard's takedowns. Hubbard looked like he knew he needed to win to save his contract, and honestly, he just didn't show enough. Rongju gets the job done, but not a ton to take away from this one for me.
Really? I thought Rongju looked pretty good. I thought he was even when he got taken down a few times. He was very urgent to get back to the fence, scooting his butt, getting his back to the fence to, base up and almost like tripod. So Hubbard couldn't, I guess, lock in his underhooks. And I thought he looked very, very fast, sharp, powerful. And Hubbard, he was hanging in there. We said it. He's tough. Like, he's a tough guy. He's hard to finish. Rongju called him a couple times. And you just have to know you're not going to put down a guy whose nickname is Thud. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what's something interesting that also my friend RJ pointed out, that Rongju's pants were way too big. Did you notice that?
Yeah. As soon as Hubbard got his first takedown, they almost like slid off him.
I know. Like, he walked into the cage and you could already see like his compression shorts like from the back. And I was like, all right, come on, guys. Like, you didn't realize yesterday when you were trying everything on that your shorts are too big. But yeah, I don't know. But it was definitely messing with him a little bit because he kept picking them up. Like that was a constant for Rongju. And it wasn't the Poirier short pickup tick. It was like oh God, my pants are falling down on my TV. I need to stop that. But yeah, regardless, Rongju, I thought he looked good. I really do think he looked good. Sorry if you hear my dog barking. He's a good boy. But yeah, Rongju, nothing bad to say about him. Even Hubbard, I think Hubbard he needs to find a little more on the feet. He's a good grappler. We all know that. Just not too urgent on the feet. And, he doesn't really pose a threat there. So people are just going to want to stand and bang with him. And then they'll just train grappling. Like they know the grappling's coming. They know what he's in for, or what they're in for, excuse me. And I wouldn't say he's like a completely one-dimensional fighter, but he's pretty one-dimensional.
Another huge upset. And personally, my favorite fight of the card. Charles Johnson, Energy, knocks out Lonnie Kavanaugh.
I'm doing this for Sam.
In round 2.
Yes, sir. Oh, I knew it, baby. I knew it.
And just like that, Johnson becomes the new prospect killer at flyweight. He beat Joshua Van's only loss. And now he knocks out Kavanaugh. He was looking great early on in this fight, and then he got clipped.
Loney looked insane, bro. Like, actually insane. I was insanely impressed. I thought it was over. Like, I'm like, oh my God, there's no way Charles Johnson's coming back from this. A few times, a few fights he's done it, but when someone looks like Loney coming out of the gate like that, like Josh Van looked very good against Charles Johnson, don't get me wrong. But Loney looked insane. Like, he was so sharp, so fast, and he was just beating Charles to everything, like taking him down. Even if Charles wanted to take him down, Loney was the smaller fighter, but he was the more powerful fighter, which didn't really make sense to me. But I mean, he is definitely going to be a great fighter for years to come. Do not get me wrong. Some fighters just need to lose one to, take a step back and be like, all right, I'm going to reevaluate my game. This is what I need to do to get to where I want to be. I think this was the fight for Loney. Crap, it happened to Josh Van. Charles Johnson did that to Josh Van. Look where Josh Van is now. He's about to fight Pantoja for the title. It's like, some fighters just need that one loss to really take a step back and just move. It's like taking one step back to move one step forward, or 4 steps forward. Sometimes that's how it has to work. But yeah, Charles Johnson, I knew it, bro. I knew it. That was my lone wolf. I knew he was going to do it. I didn't know how he was going to do it, but bro, he flatlined him. That was a flat line. Charles, not Charles, excuse me. I was calling you Charles, Srikar. Actually, shout out Charles. Shout out our friend Charles. I'll talk about that later. Dominicano Soy.
Yeah, Charles Johnson and Michael Johnson are the ultimate unks who just won't stop beating prospects. It's something with the Johnsons, man. You don't bet against the Johnsons.
Yeah, Srikar, you met him, bro. So it's like, he won after you met him. So I feel like you have something to do with that.
Maybe some sort of good luck charm, but I do think Lonnie Kavanaugh is still a future contender. This guy looked really good. I hope one day we see Lonnie Kavanaugh versus Manel Kape just based off hand speed and quickness. I think that would be such a banger. Down the line in the future. Not saying that's my next match for him. But man, Joshua Van, Lonnie Kavanaugh, Azat Maxim, Jake Hadley, for those who believed in Jake Hadley.
I was a believer.
Even Jumagulov at some point. Energy always gets these guys. He always takes out these poor kids, man. These poor prospects.
These poor kids.
I mean, he's got a lot of possibilities for the future now. I think he should be fighting into the top 10. If he wants Tim Elliott, if he wants Alex Perez, KKF. I mean, if you want to fight Royval again, I've said this to these guys before. I think if Charles Johnson fought Brandon Royval again, I think he would win. Like, I think stylistically the matchup favors him. I don't want to see him against another prospect for a little bit, man. Just because we gotta keep building these guys up, man. Can't be giving it to Charles Johnson. But Kavanaugh just got too comfortable, hands down, sloppy exit, and then boom, just slept. So tough break for a guy with potential. He'll bounce back, but man, Charles Johnson deserves a top 15 opponent now. That is 5 wins in his last 6. And the one loss was a controversial decision to a guy who popped for steroids, man.
Yes.
Like, honestly, if I had my choice for his next fight, I think Charles Johnson should be fighting Alex Perez. I know he called out Tagir Ulanbekov, and honestly, I don't think that fight should happen just based on where these two are headed and their trajectories. Like, Ulanbekov's on a streak of his own. Charles Johnson's on a streak of his own. Both guys should be headed into that top 10. For Johnson, I think Perez is the guy. For Tagir, I want to see him against like a KKF, something like that. Did you see Johnson was apparently broke before this fight? That's really concerning if true, because he's a very active fighter and he gets performance bonuses. I think he got one against Van. He didn't get one for Temirov, but he still got his show and win money. And then he got his show and win money for the Sumadarji. I don't think he got a performance bonus for that either. So I won't dive into the financial situation of Energy. I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything like crazy. If he did go broke and he got this win, awesome, man. Good for you. Ariel reported it.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, Ariel's tapped in, but I just don't like how.
I don't know.
He's racked up $100K in bonuses alone over the past year, right? So
yeah, I'm not sure. I don't like to judge anyone on their financials.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into the financials.
Great place either, bro. That's why, like and subscribe to the podcast. Comment. Trying to get monetized, put some money in our pockets. We're just out of college, any little penny helps.
Yeah, we're broke.
To say it bluntly, we're broke. Yeah, no.
But we move on. Or actually, you want any
just one more? Like, apparently, Charles Johnson's coach was lending him money before the fight, which,
hey, W coach.
But look, Charles Johnson, hopefully that $50K bonus helps you. That was impressive, bro. Like, you really caught him, and you were swinging for the fences too. Like, also, shout out Charles Johnson for being one of the only people on earth to rock a skullet. You don't see many of those, bro. Rated up.
I won't judge him. The pick I got with him was with the skullet, so. Good picture, man. The haircut is it is what it is. I'll just put it that way. But we go on to what the featured prelim actually was. It should have been Lonnie Kavanaugh and Charles Johnson, but it was Sair Mahashata versus Gage Young. Not much to say here for me. Gage Young wins a close decision. It was a scrap, but nothing significant. Kickboxing exchanges, some decent shots, but neither guy really made a statement. Just kind of moved on from it. I didn't really think there was much there.
Yeah. I thought Gage Young looked good. He was securing takedowns. He was striking powerfully. Like we said, we said he had to make it dirty. He had to walk forward, not be scared of Mahashata, and he wasn't. He was getting tagged too. And even though Mahashata has a slightly less significant strikes absorbed per minute stat, Gage Young just eats shots, man. You could throw the kitchen sink at him and he's gonna eat it and then just walk forward and be like, what else are you throwing at me? You throw a fridge at him and he'd still walk forward. But yeah, I was impressed with that too, because his boxing also looks sharp. He rips to the body, rips to the head, keeps you guessing. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that there's too much to say, but I was impressed with Gage Young and Mahashata too. Mahashata did not give up. He was not discouraged. Every time that he was taken down, he was urgent. I wouldn't say it was a great performance. I definitely think that's.
I'm like, I haven't really seen anything from Mahashata that's like, okay, we need to keep him in the UFC. Like,
yeah, unless it's one of these Shanghai or Macau cards. But
yeah, I guess he's always on that. But I mean,
yeah,
I mean, doesn't tell me much.
He's a good. I would say he's an expendable fighter. But sure. I think Gage Young, if he tightens up some loose ends in his game, I think he could go somewhere. I wouldn't say fast tracked to going somewhere, but definitely has a future. Like he is very crisp boxing. He's powerful too. So we'll see.
I guess we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with Gage Young.
Nickname G Money
himself.
Made me money.
All right, main card time.
Oh, yes, sir.
Tai Laka Naraja versus Kiefer Crosby. Bit of a mess here.
Oh god.
Naraja lands an illegal knee on a grounded Kiefer Crosby.
That was
Clear
bad.
foul.
That was
Clear
bad.
day. But Crosby decides to continue and promptly gets finished anyway. Dominant win for Naraji either way. Chris, I don't know what you thought about this one, but yeah, I need to see one more from Naraji before I'm like, all right, this guy's for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do too. Obviously, you never like to see a fight end directly after a very blatant illegal foul, and no points were taken. And Crosby, absolute dog. Respect to you for continuing. I saw a few memes saying that Aljamain Sterling should be his coach so he could coach him what to do when you get kneed in the head illegally. Which, I mean, hey, if you want to win an MMA or, you're in danger, look, it is kind of the sissy way out, but that was a pretty bad knee. Like that was bad. That was damaging and compromising. Some of the strikes that aren't compromising, like what was it? Rodolfo Bellato against Paul Craig.
Yeah.
That was not very compromising. Everyone says he got knocked out. I have no idea what happened with that. He could have been knocked out. But at the same time, I mean, he's a grown man. It was his choice to continue. But man, that fight should have never been allowed to continue. I agree. I think that the doctor should have stopped it. He was leaking everywhere too. Like it was a bloody foul. I think he was leaking a little bit before that, but that definitely made it worse. It was definitely not a pretty scene. But yeah, Srikar, I agree. I need to see one more from him before I'm like, all right, this guy's legit.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had his moment.
It was still a dominant performance besides the knee.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. But
so that's 0-3 for Crosby in the UFC, all first round finishes. He's just not UFC level.
Yeah.
Probably PFL bound. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Naraja looks dangerous. There was something he said in his post fight interview that he might move back down to 155, which could make him even scarier. But if he stays at 170, I want him to take a step up against like a scrappy vet. I was thinking a name like Preston Parsons. I think that would be the right litmus test. You win that one clean, and then you've got something, man. But I just need to see one more from Naraja. I just don't think it was a good one to have in front of your home crowd. And obviously the China fans were loving it. They were just yelling after every elbow this guy was throwing. But
yeah, that crowd was electric, bro. Like it felt like I turned my TV up so I could feel like I was in the Shanghai Indoor Stadium. I like doing that. I like having surround sound for live events that I'm watching. So it's like, ooh, I feel like I'm in here. It gives you an extra sense of fandom.
Great time to leak the new AMM Mora pod. It's just our name backward, but I guess. Chris, is Hamza going to be the greatest round one fighter of all time? Because he already might be.
I thought he was before his fight against Dricus, but yeah, I mean, if Bro can stay healthy, he could be one of the greatest fighters of all time. And if he wants to strike a little bit more.
Shameless plug. Go watch our 319 recap.
Yeah, go watch that. That was awesome with our boy Caleb Spinner. He gave some great commentary on that. But yeah, a little bit back to Naraji. I want to see him take on a striker, more of a established striker, Alex Morono. How do you feel about that, Srikar?
I don't mind that either. Just someone who's going to, I guess, just someone who's been in the game for a while, someone who's going to bring the fight to him.
Yeah.
It would make the most sense wherever you choose to go with that.
Yeah.
But Morono's cool. Parsons is cool. Anything in that ballpark works. But we move up the card, man. Sumudarji versus Kevin Borjas. Sumudarji gets the decision. Looked great doing it. But, man, Borjas was so disappointing. This is the same guy who lit up Ronaldo Rodriguez in Mexico. And now he just stands there and gets pieced up. I don't know. This was a weird fight for me.
That's how I felt watching Kevin Borjas tonight. I love you, Kevin Borjas. El Gallo Negro. What were you doing, bro? Like, what was that? I understand he had a long jab. He had a big reach. He was the bigger fighter. But, dude, you're known for getting inside and making it dirty and scrappy and just throwing caution to the wind. I don't understand, what. I just don't understand what happened. Like, it was just, that was not you, bro. That was not Kevin Borjas performance that I was used to.
Hey, Chris, real quick, football question. I know where you're leaning with this, but did you enjoy 2014 DeMarco or 2016 Zeke more?
Ooh, okay. So for everyone that's watching, I am a Cowboys fan. You can bring on the hate. I've got it my whole life. I understand. We stink. But hopefully, I hope this is the year. Nah, it's all right. I'm used to it. But that's a tough question, man. I loved the 2014 team. Dez caught it, by the way. He caught it. I promise you, he caught it. But he didn't catch it under those rules. Sorry. I'm just going to go on a little tangent now. 2014 DeMarco, one of the best offensive lines of all time. He ran behind an absolute brick wall. Personally, in my opinion, my favorite was 2016 Zeke. He was a rookie out of Ohio State. Him and Dak Prescott lit up the league as two rookies. It was absolutely insane to watch. 13-3. We're not going to talk about what happened in the playoffs because I still cry about that till this day. But yeah, that was impressive to watch.
All right, quick diversion, and we're back to MMA.
Yes, sorry, I went on a little tangent. No sleep leads to delusional talks from Chris. But yeah, so
it's on just top 3 now.
What are we talking about? Sumudaerji. I think Sumudaerji looked great. Kevin Borjas didn't look good. My opinion, I think Kevin Borjas lost this fight and Sumudaerji didn't win. Like Sumudaerji didn't do anything crazy to be like, wow, that was a great performance. He looked good, don't get me wrong. I just think Kevin Borjas looked so much worse than Sumudaerji looking great.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'll give respect.
I'm not gonna lie, Sumudaerji looked huge for a flyweight.
He did, bro. That was not a flyweight, bro. That was a.
There was a point where I was like, wait, this is not a bantamweight fight. This is a flyweight. Super long and sharp with the striking. I think this was a clean 30-27 win from Sumudaerji. I wouldn't say Borjas lost it more than Su won it because he did keep him at the end of his jab. He kept range well, managed distance. But now it's bounce back season for Sumudaerji and another guy we just talked about, Lonnie Kavanaugh. I want to see these two guys fight. I want to see Sumudaerji versus Lonnie Kavanaugh. I think this would be a banger. Both guys are quick. They're trying to claw their way toward a ranking. I mean, let them settle it. I think they're pretty close to each other and where they stand in the division. We obviously know how big of a prospect that Lonnie Kavanaugh is. And if he gets a win over Sumudaerji, the hype is back, man. Like this guy is pretty much back to where he was before he got knocked out by Charles Johnson. So I think that's the fight that I want to see next. But in terms of the fight itself, I think would Ashwath Bhupati Raju or Srikar and Chris win in a 3-round fight? I think the answer is Chris Schroyer. I think Ashwath Bhupati Raju would submit Srikar Gendron via crucifix in the 3rd round. Crucifix is not a submission, so that's just wrong.
Yo, can I ref that, please?
I would keep the range on the jab.
can I?
Man said he's gonna submit me by crucifix. Oh, brother.
I mean, Hamzat almost just did that on last Saturday.
Hey, yeah. if he's gonna lay and pray me, then cool, man. That's not a submission.
But interesting, really. Sumudaerji versus Lonnie Kavanaugh.
Yeah,
interesting. I mean, I like that. You know who I want to see Sumudaerji fight? I want to see him fight Jose Ochoa. I think that could be a good fight. Both prospects, I mean, and obviously both coming off a loss. I think that.
I was thinking, did you imagine if they did Jose Ochoa versus Charles Johnson?
Oh my God, bro! They just can't keep setting these prospects up for failure, bro. Like they just can't. And also, I mean, like Lonnie Kavanaugh beat Jose Ochoa, but Jose Ochoa was on short notice. People forget that. So, I mean, obviously they're not going to do that again. They'll never run a fight back again when these guys haven't even had 11 professional fights under their belt.
No, I'm saying Charles Johnson versus
Oh yeah, no. Charles, no, that's what I'm saying. They can't keep feeding these prospects.
Yeah, there's no way.
We already know what he's gonna do to them. It's like he's a killer. He's a prospect killer. But yeah, I mean, someone like that.
As diehard Syracuse fans, thoughts on Andre Schmidt? Good kicker. Keep going.
Solid kicker. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go. But I think Johnson should be fighting up. And Sumudaerji, he's on the cusp. I wouldn't say he's not too far from a ranked spot. He was up there before, as I mentioned. I saw him fight Matt Schnell on Long Island. Excuse me, it's not in Long Island. What, I'm a real
On Long Island.
Why did I say
a real Long Islander like me would have known to catch that mistake? You know, I would.
The West Coast is trash. No, I'm joking. I need to pop out though. I've never been.
Yeah.
That's a bucket list goal of mine. But yeah, yeah. No, I think that Sumiderji, he's always had it. And I was just hating a little bit because I love Kevin Borjas. It was a great performance from Sumiderji. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, he definitely deserves to work his way into the rankings, even if it's just on the outskirts of it. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. Maybe a few fighters on this Noche card. I believe there's a few flyweight fights to look out for. Let me see. I forgot who I was thinking of. Who is it? I mean, you could do. I wouldn't do Jesus Aguilar or Luis Garule. I mean, you could do the winner of Edgar Chairez or Alessandro Costa. I think that would also be a good match. For Sue, yeah. I think that would be a good match. Both of those guys are very solid, but yeah.
It'd be good if I guess either one would be good. I was saying if Costa wins, that Costa and Sue would be a good fight.
That would be a good fight.
But yeah, I wouldn't be mad at Edgar Chairez either. That'd be a banger for sure. Yeah. Featured bout, Sergey Pavlovich versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. People are calling him Shy Pavlovich now. But I thought he looked all right. He
was
gets
not shy.
He gets the decision win over Cortez Acosta. It's not highlight reel worthy, but he got it done. I will say Pavlovich might not be the destroyer we once thought him to be. Turns out if you can strike a little, you can hang with him. Mm-hmm. But still, he landed the more impactful shots and wobbled Waldo a couple times.
Definitely.
Maybe Pavlovich versus Gon makes sense next if Gon loses to Aspinall. I don't know. Volkov and Aspinall rematches don't really make sense right now, especially if those guys lose at UFC 321. And if Gon loses again, he's probably vanishing for another year. I'm not going to lie to you. And
where does he go?
He'll just come back and be in a title eliminator. He goes off, shoots a movie, comes back.
I mean, that sounds like the life, bro.
Honestly, what I'm thinking, in about 2 weeks, we're going to see Marcin Tybura versus Ante Delia in Paris.
Love Ante Delia.
I think the winner of that should fight Sergey Pavlovich. I think that would make the most sense at this point in time. It's a fresh matchup, and more importantly, it keeps the line moving. This division is clogged up near the top. Once we get some sort of resolution there with Volkov, Almeida, and Aspinall gone, and whatever Derek Lewis and Curtis Blades are doing, then it's going to be a little easier for us to match make. But for now, I think if you want a fresh matchup, you go with the Tybura Delia winner versus Sergey Pavlovich. But Chris, thoughts on Sergey's performance?
I think he did very good. I think he held Waldo at bay. Waldo is also a powerful striker. He did very... I was going to say very good at, kind of controlling the distance because Pavlovich loves to crash in. There were a few really big head clashes in the middle, which is interesting because they were both fighting orthodox. You usually see that when someone's fighting orthodox versus southpaw, which is, I don't know. I was confused. I think Waldo was almost trying to do it on purpose. Like it looked like he was just leading with his face, which is not, the best thing to do, but Pavlovich was not shy. He was pressing the issue, which I was very happy to see from him because, after you get knocked out like that from Aspinall, that sticks in your head. And no matter who was standing across from you, Aspinall, Volkov, Rosenstrike, it doesn't matter. You still think about, all right, one shot and I could be out. You never know how your chin could hold up, even though he got hit on the temple. It wasn't like a straight chin shot. It's the same thing. You never know how you're going to hold up when a powerful shot comes, but he was not scared. I don't know why people, where did you see people were saying Shy Pavlovich? I don't know if I saw
Twitter,
that.
bro. Twitter.
Really?
Twitter. Yeah.
Twitter, bro.
There's not about, he's become a decision fighter. He's shelled up. And I agree to an extent, but
I think
I don't think we should use it to knock Sergey because he was visibly more active than he was in the Rosenstrike fight. And the Volkov fight too. He was definitely more active, and he ended up getting it done. Man, he wobbled Waldo Cortez Acosta quite a few times throughout the fight. Yeah. So he just wanted to be a little more patient and technical with it.
100%. Yeah. And I'm looking at some of the stats right now. He attempted 3 takedowns, didn't get any of them. But he landed 63 or 61 significant strikes to Waldo's 45. He landed 14 out of 15 leg strikes.
Who's
Which,
number one contender in the WWE? We are a UFC channel, my brother.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't like actually watched WWE since I was like maybe like 13, 14.
Yeah,
but I get
I
back
like
into
the old
it,
WWE
you
though.
know?
It's far.
Yeah, let
for
me know.
sure.
It's entertaining. Let me know if I should get back into it. I don't know. But yeah, I think that Pavlovich, he was pressing the issue. He didn't want to get caught because Waldo is power. Like, it's not like Waldo is some slouch that just throws pillow fists. Like, dude can throw. And when he connects, it hurts. He landed a few times on Pavlovich, but Pavlovich did a good job of rolling with it and coming back with his own. He did a great job of answering every time that Waldo was throwing something. And I think Waldo was just a little too cautious. He loves standing on the outside and throwing like the body jab, the very long extended body jab or the body cross. And that's just not going to work against Pavlovich because he's going to light you up with a counter. But yeah, I was impressed. I had Waldo winning. I thought the longer the fight would go, it would favor Waldo. Waldo was showing glimpses, but Pavlovich just stayed patient. He stayed poised and he got it done. And I was impressed. I think that I actually agree with you very much, Srikar. He should fight the winner of Marcin Tybura and Ante because he hasn't fought Marcin Tybura yet. And
somehow I feel like Tybura's fought everyone.
I know, literally, and Pavlovich has fought a lot of people in the UFC too. So I think that's actually a very good pick for matchmaking, and it'll be interesting to see. I like Pavlovich, but it'll be. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get back to the top, especially with Aspinall sitting right there. So.
I don't know. Before this fight, I was kind of saying that the best chance at Aspinall losing again in this division is if he fought Sergey again, because Sergey can bring it to Aspinall in a way that I don't think anyone else can. But I don't know. With the way I've been seeing Pavlovich fight the past few fights, I'm not entirely too sure about his approach going into an Aspinall rematch and what it would look like, especially because this all kind of happened because he got knocked out by Tom. So
right. I don't
know.
I'm looking up the scorecards because Waldo Cortez Acosta won 1 round on 2 judges' scorecards, and it was late, so I really wasn't in the mood to look up what round he won. Wow, they actually gave Waldo the first round.
I'm not shocked by that. I think Sergey took over as the fight went on, but
yeah,
you're going to give Waldo any round. It was the first, but I think it was a clean 30-27 from Sergey.
Yeah, I do too. I honestly didn't really think he won the first round, but he actually did the exact opposite of what I thought. I thought the longer the fight would go, he'd fade. I also thought that about Hamzat, and I was wildly wrong.
What all-time heavyweight would have the best chance of beating Tom? I'm not gonna lie to you, Cain Velasquez.
Nope, John Jones. I'm joking.
Yeah,
I knew it. I knew.
We're not entertaining that.
I should have kept a straight face for rage bait.
We're not even entertaining.
Cain Velasquez, Cain's a dog.
Yeah, I think Cain had the best shot. I don't think Stipe would have done it. I don't think John would have done it.
Dude, honestly, maybe Ngannou.
I think Ngannou could have done it.
Just because he has a puncher's chance and he's really hard to take down.
Yeah, and sometimes Tom does tend to leave his chin in the air. I think that's his biggest flaw. So maybe Ngannou, but John just doesn't have the power in return. I think Aspinall can hang on the ground with John. I think Tom would finish John in 2 rounds. Like TKO. I think he'd finish him with ground and pound.
Yeah,
dude, John Jones will beat Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall's had no legs and no. Yeah. Believe it or not, that's the scenario that John Jones fans think they're living in, but I won't go that far. Hey, clear cut. Cain would actually back up very well.
Cain, honestly, in my opinion, I mean, I would say other than Aspinall, but still, like right now, Aspinall is on his way up, and but before Aspinall, I thought Cain Velasquez was the most well-rounded heavyweight we've ever seen. Because also his cardio and pace was crazy for 265. It was like, how do you do that? Like he was pulling Fluffy and Hamzat stuff at heavyweight
before they were even doing it.
Exactly.
Like before Marab and Dricus and Fluffy and all these pressure grapplers were really kind of coming about. It was Cain. And I feel like if Cain brought it to like the third round, he could finish Tom Aspinall. Like, I think stylistically, that's a nightmare for him. But let's move on to our co-main event. My dog is going crazy in the back.
Oh, the good boy.
Make a little appearance. But Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. Bit of a snoozer, if I'm being honest. Sterling gets the decision, but this was 25 minutes of mostly nothing. Just low volume striking, lots of staring, a few exchanges. Aljo definitely landed the cleaner shots. Ortega pressured him late, but he got taken down. I think the real story in this fight is Ortega's decline from nearly beating Volk to this is wild. Sterling looks solid. Probably not a title. I think he's up there in that featherweight top 5, but
I think he's getting there.
I don't think he's going to get the belt at featherweight. Maybe give him Arnold Allen next. That could be one. But honestly, let's not give fights like this 25 minutes. Like, please. This should have been a 3-rounder. I don't know why this was a 5-rounder.
Honestly, I really thought if Ortega... Well, first of all, I think we need to speak about Ortega and how, like, what happened to him, man. Cutting weight, passing out, going to the hospital, and then coming back to make weight at a catch weight. Looking, honestly... he was one of the most visibly drained fighters I've ever seen step on the scale. And I honestly don't know how that fight still went on. Props to Ortega for doing it. And props to Aljo. I think someone commented, do you think that Aljo let Ortega go 5 rounds? I want to say yes and no. Because Aljo was trying, don't get me wrong. And Ortega is still a very dangerous grappler. So no matter where he is, if Aljo shoots the wrong takedown, Ortega could just cinch up a guillotine or a triangle choke, which he's so good at. But I mean, that was not Brian Ortega tonight. That really wasn't. He just did not look inspired. He caught Aljo at the end though. He had Aljo circling for a minute. I've never seen a ref tell a fighter to stop circling and running away.
That was crazy.
I love Herb Dean, bro. You be doing too much sometimes, bro. It's like, just like, bro, if he's running away, Ortega has every right to go and cut him off. Like, if Ortega can't cut him off, then why can't he just circle? And he was caught. Like, what is he supposed to do? Engage
you know what? I got a good match make for Aljo. First off, I'm gonna get some of these comments. To beat Tom Aspinall, I think you have a boring fight. If you strike with him, you'll get knocked out. You gotta find like Lewis fought Ngannou. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If you fight him like Lewis fought Ngannou, you're still getting clipped. You're still getting clipped.
Or like Yoel versus Izzy.
Impression of Magumbo running Hamzat over with who's Magumbo? Let me know who that is. I kill everybody. I smash everybody, brother.
Yo, also, I miss the Smash Bros, bro. Where, like, dude, Darren Till versus Luke Rockhold in boxing about to go crazy. The Smash Bros, bro. That was awesome.
Bro, Walker was plus 500. Talk about a missed opportunity. Gonna get to that in a second.
Wait, on what book?
Plus 500? He got up to as much as plus 500. I think he came down as like closer.
I was 280, though. Yeah, no, he was plus 280. Maybe honestly, probably live. Are you talking Hash Brown? You talking about live? I think he
didn't almost beat Volk. He got 1 choke attempt and did nothing else.
Timeout. He had 2.
Yeah, but that 1 choke attempt, he almost submitted him.
He had the triangle.
Yeah, it was the triangle
and the triangle in the same round. That is one of the best MMA rounds you will ever see in your life.
And it's probably one of the best submission escapes ever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But what I was thinking for Aljo, man, Diego Lopez is the perfect next step. And I think it works no matter what happens at Noche. If Lopez beats Silva, I think he's still going to need another win before getting a shot at Volk again. And if he loses to Silva, he's still going to be in that top 5. He is still a legit top tier test. I think Aljo versus Lopez would be a banger. Like, this would be a banger if he wins or he loses. I think this should be the next fight. And for Brian Ortega, who's next for the ghost of Brian Ortega? I think he needs to move up to lightweight. And I'd like to see him against, 2 guys who love to go into it on the ground. So that could be either a Beneil Dariush. It could be a Renato Moicano. I want to see him. It could be a Gamrot. I want to see him against a ground fighter. I think that would make the most sense for him if he wanted to move up to lightweight, but that should be the next option. There's no way he sticks at featherweight after all he just endured in this whole weight cut.
He can't.
There's no way. There's no way. My bad, Chris. Floor is yours, bro.
Oh, dude, no, you're good, bro. You want to keep talking? You can talk as long as you
No.
want.
I was just reading the comments, bro. I was getting lost in the sauce.
Yeah, no, we're good, bro. And also, yo, thank you guys for commenting. Keep it up. We'll try and answer as much as we can. But yeah, I mean, Aljo, look, it was a good performance. Don't get me wrong. He looked massive once again, even though it was 153. He still would have looked massive at 145 hitting the scales. And that was just another classic Aljamain performance. A few scares, but for the most part, domination. And you know, I actually the comment right there from Vinayak. I mean, you could rerun Aljo Evloev. I would love to see that. I don't think that's gonna happen just because, like I said, it's like certain rematches have to take place in very specific scenarios. I don't think this is one of them because Movsar is very close to a title. I don't think Aljo. I think Aljo needs one more, maybe even two more, which kind of stinks because he's going to be the number 5 ranked contender. Srikar, what do you think about this? I mean, Yair's kind of in the doghouse right now. What if you do Aljo Yair?
Dude, you know what's crazy? I was thinking Movsar versus Yair.
Ooh, okay. I like that too. I want to see Yair versus a wrestler. Like, I don't care if it's Movsar Yair, Aljo Yair. I think either one of those would be great fights.
Ortega versus Bomb Mendez would be a good fight to ease Ortega in the lightweight. I'm not gonna lie, that is not easing him in.
That is not easing him.
that is baptizing that man in fire. But it would be a banger. I think Ignacio would probably be the closest guy to actually finishing Ortega.
Yeah, but Ignacio is massive. Dude is like 6'3". Ortega's not even 5'10".
But honestly, like as a fantasy matchup, that's interesting to think about.
Yeah,
that's
very interesting. But yeah, I think Aljo deserves a step up. Like he's done a lot in this company, and I'm not saying he's entitled to it, but like he's been very impressive in the featherweight division. Excuse me. I don't really. I mean, his only losses to Movsar. He beat Cater. Obviously, he's only had 3 fights in the featherweight division. Excuse me. I'm hyping him up to be like.
But coming off being the former bantamweight champ, he had a little bit of an edge.
He had a very good transition, and he just kind of manhandled Brian Ortega. And granted, Ortega, had a lot of trouble making weight, but we've talked about it time and time again. For Ortega, he needs to move up. You got to do what's good for you, for your health. And missing weight, obviously, he's had a few weight issues in the past. So I think that this is finally the tipping point of saying, hey, I'm going up to 155. And I don't know if you saw his interview of him saying, yeah, I kind of just threw it out to UFC as like a joke, saying like, what if I went to 155? And they're like, okay, cool. Like, who do you want to fight? And then he mentioned a guy's name. He didn't say the name. He said he was a great UFC veteran. The guy accepted it, then said no, then said yes, then said no. I really wonder who that is.
I wonder. Probably never going to know.
Yeah, we're never going to know. He said he wasn't going to say it out of respect, which respect to Ortega for not kissing.
Aljo was so close to winning that 3rd round versus Evlo. He was.
That
fight was really close. He took the number 1 contender in this division to a razor close fight. People sleep on, Aljo. This guy is still making noise in this division.
Shout out Long Island, baby. Aljo repping for the island from Uniondale. That's awesome. Him and Chris Weidman. We love them out here.
And Marab.
And Marab, too. We love you, Marab.
Nazim Sadikov, too. All those Long Island guys.
Oh, yeah, Nazim, bro. I love Nazim. Nazim's having a big fight coming up in Brazil.
Yeah. So, potentially. Just a rumor. But if Sadikov Moicano falls through, then call up T-City, man. Let's see what he's doing.
Yeah, I would love to see that. And let's get to the main event.
Main event, man. I still can't believe this, man.
How did it happen? How?
Johnny Walker goes full madman, blasts the leg of Zhang Mingyang, and finishes him on the ground. 2nd round TKO. Unreal, man. This was supposed to be the Zhang Mingyang showcase. Big knockout artist, 12-fight win streak, fighting a guy who is notoriously chinny in Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
And yet Walker pulls it off. This is why MMA makes absolutely no sense
at all.
I had a parlay going with Naraja, Aljo, and Zhang. And I was like, as soon as Aljo won, I was like, all right, it's safe. Bro, there's just no way.
Srikar, you should know, bro. Nothing is safe in MMA.
I'm tired of it, man.
I'm sick of it.
Johnny's calling out Jan Blachowicz, which honestly, I'm not mad at it, but I think it's a bit too soon for him to fight into the top 5. For Zhang, it's back to the drawing board, man. Give him someone unranked, let him rebuild. For Johnny Walker, actually, before I really get into matchmaking, I want to hear your thoughts first. But
yeah,
this fight confuses me. There are a lot of fights on this, like in this event, that were so weird to me that even when I rewatched them this morning, I mean, it's crazy, dude. Walker winning was so obvious. This was the year of upsets and fraud checks. Won $50 on this fight. Hey, good, man. Good. I mean, we did say in the preview, if Walker landed first, he was going to do it. And Walker did apply the pressure to that point.
Wait, I'm happy you won $50 on the fight. Like, congratulations. There's no way him winning was obvious, though.
Yeah, I don't think it was obvious. Especially with the Brazilian main event curse and like everything's going against.
I will say,
realistically, this was not favoring Johnny Walker.
I will say, oh my God, what time? It was like 8:30 when the second round started, I think, in the morning, and I was up all night after a night out. So you take that as you will. I was drinking a lot of waters. I went to the bagel store at 6 a.m. I called Srikar, got some coffee and a bacon, egg, and cheese Long Island style. But yeah, so I was like, oh my God, I'm almost going into the food coma. And then I'm looking up. I'm like, oh my God, wait, this fight went to the second round. Zhang Mingyang and Johnny Walker have had 38 38 finishes out of 40 wins in their career. 36 of those have come in the first round between the two of them. And like we said, Zhang Mingyang, 19 knockouts, all first round. As soon as the second round hit, I thought to myself, I'm like, oh my God, wait, we're getting out of the Zhang Mingyang territory now. Or Zhang Mingyang. It's like, oh my God, I never even thought I could say this, but is this a Johnny Walker fight? Boom. Leg kick from hell. Who would have thought that a leg kick would have ended this fight? Like,
he struck the nerve. He struck the nerve perfectly.
I was thinking, I was very hell-bent on that it wasn't the peroneal nerve. It definitely was the peroneal nerve, because I just thought that when that gets hit, you just instantly have drop foot and don't limp like that. I thought that could have fractured Zhang Mingyang's leg. And
he was definitely limping getting up.
Yeah, no, that's
if the fight had continued, I know people are saying like, well, honestly, it was a late stoppage more than
anything. Oh yeah, it was definitely late. Like
they could have called it earlier, because even with that leg, like as soon as he's down and you get like a few follow-ups, he's not getting back up.
Yeah, he's not getting up. He literally couldn't even stand up. That's why I was thinking he might have fractured his leg. I need to look at how bad the damage was. Dude, I had the feeling is never wrong. That's awesome, bro. I love when the
feeling is never wrong. You always work off your own picks, work off your personal beliefs. 100%. That's why we always say to you guys, don't take our betting advice. We literally just put our picks out there and we ride with them.
Exactly.
Whether you want to ride with them or not is up to you completely, but we'd rather you ride with your own opinion. You know what I mean? Like,
yep. I literally said it in the prediction video. Like we said, go back and watch it so you could see us have some funny conversations, be right, be wrong, everything in between.
So in some cases, be horribly wrong. Like this horribly
fight. Horribly wrong. If Sam was on this, bro, he would be.
Sam was disrespecting Johnny Walker. Go watch that.
Say his name. Sam,
he wouldn't even say Johnny Walker
name, bro. That was hilarious. I thought that was so funny. But like I said, to all our audience out there, believe in yourself. Don't let anyone tell you different. You got a gut feeling, follow that gut feeling. It might not always work out, but more often than not, your gut feeling is the right feeling.
So, and that's the only way you're going to become more knowledgeable about the sport too.
Exactly.
Because as you keep watching things, you start to trust your own opinion more and more, and you don't second guess yourself as much. That's the problem I have. Every time we're done filming these episodes, I'm like, all right, this guy's totally not winning. Yeah, I'm like, if that happens, I have to cut. But usually, I just ride with the picks anyway.
Yeah, Srikar will text like, "Oh my God, this guy's definitely winning," but then he'll still bet on his pick. But if I didn't nickel for every time Srikar would text after the podcast, red, this guy's gonna win. And I'm just like, dude, come on, you gotta ride with yourself, bro. Like, just be a little confident. He's like, all right, yeah, on second thought, he might win. He's probably gonna win. And it's like, it's so funny. It's like, it's literally a tradition after every podcast.
And that's also the sport for you. You will second guess yourself a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
But
because that's just how volatile it is. It's a lot of parity that goes on.
I agree. But I mean, in terms of matchmaking for Johnny Walker, it's kind of hard. Like this division is very interesting. Like I don't think that obviously he's not going to fight too far up. I love you, Johnny Walker.
How about this? I got one. The Perth main event. Whether it's Carlos Olberg or Dominic Reyes, whoever loses that fight, I think that person should be fighting Johnny Walker next.
Oh, I feel like okay, I could see it. I was thinking about someone like literally like Nikita Krylov, like just like right in the same area of like the rankings.
Nah, I think after that,
you know what? You're right. You're right. He deserves to go up. That was honestly a very impressive win. Huge upset too. Everyone counted him out, myself included, Srikar included, Sam included, everyone included. But yeah, I mean, actually, Vinayak believed in Johnny Walker, so Johnny Walker, you should thank him. But yeah, I mean, you're right. It was a great performance. He should be rewarded for that. He's done a lot in the UFC, and yeah, I know a lot of people. We always have these conversations of you're not owed anything by the UFC, but they really do take a liking to like what you do for the company and what you bring to the table. He's entertaining. Did you see? I didn't even notice this. He shaved his beard into Hamzat's beard. Like he shaved his mustache, so he literally had Hamzat beard.
And then he faked the glove touch exactly like how Hamzat did against him.
He's so oh my god. First of all, Johnny Walker, I love you, bro. If you're gonna fake the glove touch and then shoot a takedown instantly, you gotta
not end up on bottom.
How do you end up on bottom, bro? Like sometimes you were part of the biggest memes of all time, but then you win, and I'm like, you're awesome. Like I love you, dude. You're so entertaining. But yeah, the Walker brothers are on right now, bro. Like
Walter and Johnny, like they're all the way here.
They're dangerous right now. They are dangerous. So,
and honestly, for Dongming Yang next up, Umar Sy is fighting Brendan Ribeiro in Paris. I think only if he's fought Ribeiro already, obviously, but if Umar Sy wins that fight, I think Umar Sy versus Dongming Yang would be very interesting.
I think that would be interesting too. You know who I was thinking of? There's another prospect killer in light heavyweight. Who do you think I'm talking about?
Prospect killer in light heavyweight.
You know.
Do I?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Ripped. Alonzo Menafield.
Oh, Atomic Alonzo.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's taking down a lot of prospects too. He's like low key.
It could be fun. It could be fun.
He's a big litmus test because also he's a power puncher. Dongming Yang's a power puncher. I would love to see how that goes.
Yeah, I think that could be potentially interesting, honestly. Just because it's going to be like pure, like that's ending in the first round.
Oh, 100%. Also, it stays within the rankings too. So it's not like he has to fight outside of the rankings or anything.
I do think Dongming Yang is not going to be ranked anymore after that.
You're right.
I don't know who's coming in. That's the thing, you know. But even if he is in the rankings, I think he has to fight outside the rankings anyway.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yes. Oh, actually, wait. No, he already. So he's 14.
He's 14.
Yeah, you're right. He's probably gonna drop.
He's gonna get bounced.
I don't even know. Yeah, the light heavyweight division and the heavyweight division are kind of somewhat of a mess.
Let me look at Tapology real quick. Who is coming in? It could be Dustin Jacoby.
Oh, okay. The Hanyak is good.
Yeah, I would think so. It's definitely not gonna be Bukauskas.
Yeah, well, depending on what he does to Paul Craig.
Yeah, it's gonna be Jacoby. I think he's gonna be ranked if Ming Yang drops. But that also might be a reason they don't drop Ming Yang from the rankings.
Could be. That could be a new fight to schedule. 2 strikers.
For sure. But hey, I'm sleep deprived. He's sleep deprived. I want to thank you guys for coming on, keeping us entertained the whole time. We got a lot of comments. We got a lot of interaction. If you enjoyed, this style of doing recaps. I think this is what we want to transition to going forward. Makes things a little bit easier on Chris and, all of us here in the War Room. But yeah, this was a fun event in Shanghai. There was a lot of Asian talent on display. I think this card definitely delivered. Ton of finishes, a lot of chaos between the Dawkins knockout. Obviously, Johnny Walker is back from the dead. The Chinese prospects just making noise. This was a fun night. If you guys stayed up or if you didn't, if you got to watch this at a normal time, shout out to all the UK, European folk, all the Asian folk. We hope you got to enjoy as well. Mob Babylon, that is actually my house. Rohan, we are done streaming, so you can pull up. this is your
Babylon town on Long Island. I was like, yo, pull up Long Island, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just cooling it now, but yeah, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. There is no UFC event this week, so we're gonna try and vary up the content for y'all. Probably do something fun. I know someone said in our chat, like, just do the goats of every division. Maybe that's something fun we could do. We can do
Contender series too. You guys want
Contender series to be on Tuesday? Maybe you can go live after that, like we did last time. That was a lot of fun.
Down below, comment on everything. Socials, let us know.
So let us know, man. Socials are down there. But hey, we appreciate you guys for coming on. For Chris Schroyer, I'm Srikar and Chris saying so long from the War Room. We will catch you some point this week, whether it be live or in an episode format. Hopefully live, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see you guys next time.